teaching you some major tricks today on how to get the major lift in your cheeks. We're gonna lift our lips. We're gonna pull up this jawline. Even I'm gonna teach you some tips and tricks on eyebrows. So let's get started. So I have a clean face. I washed my face, I cleansed it, and then I applied niacinamide. I like the Ordinaries. And then I applied vitamin C. Again, I like the Ordinaries. Now, instead of applying a moisturizer, I like to apply my sunscreen, which is a moisturizer too. Now, the biggest thing with Seint makeup is that you do not use products with silicone because they do not mix well with the ingredients in Seint, all the occlusives in Seint. So I like to use Naturium's. I think this is 50 SPF. It's a great moisturizer, and it works, and SPF, and it works wonderful underneath Seint. It also does not give you a white cast in photos, so it's great for that. And as you can see, it gives your skin the prettiest dew. So I'm going to put a coat of that on my face first. And don't forget your eyelids. It's an easy place to forget. And I really, really wish I would have wore this my whole life instead of baking in the sun. I knew I was going to pay for it, but I really didn't believe it. Now I believe it. Okay, so there we go. This is all worked in, and it does. It gives a beautiful glow to the skin. It's beautiful. I will link this in Amazon. You should wear it year round. I even wear it in Akron when there's no sunshine because it's all about those different types of rays, the UV, the UVB, that causes the sun damage, not so much as the rays that tan you. So this is Naturium's Dew Glow Moisturizer SPF 50, and I'll link it. You can get it on Amazon, and I bought this at the beginning of spring, and this will probably last me all the way until next spring. The next thing I like to do is use a primer on my face. Now, don't use a primer that has silicone in it. And you really don't need a primer at all with Seint makeup, but I like to add the step for the extra ingredients that is in it. So this is Seint's setting spray, but it's also a fabulous, fabulous primer. And when I'm saying primer, it helps your makeup stick around a little bit longer. And Seint doesn't really have a problem with that, but this has niacinamide in it, aloe vera, and fantastic hydrating ingredients. It's also going to add to the dew on my skin, which makes you look younger. So when I place this on my skin, the occlusives in Seint makeup is going to hold this in. It's going to hold in that vitamin C I put on, the niacinamide, and the good ingredients that is in this Naturium. It's going to hold this in, and the occlusives like beeswax, waxes are occlusives. They hold moisture in, makes your products work around 10 times better. So I love doing this for skincare, getting this extra glow. So you'll see. Now I like to spray this into my hands and pat it in. And just make sure you have clean hands. I'm gonna get another squirt. It smells like coconuts and pineapples. It's very tropical smelling. It's beautiful. Now you can see this really beautiful glow I am getting on my skin from this. I'm gonna go down my neck because we put our contour down here and some bronzer. And now when I apply my makeup, this dew is going to shine through and really give me that youthful glow that our skin has as we were when we were younger. These things will not stay in. Okay, so let that dry, and I like to use a fan, a little battery operated fan. I've had this forever. They're probably not even battery operated anymore. You can probably just charge them. And then I just want to make sure this is soaked into my skin that it is dry before I begin putting on Seint. So I'm gonna finish this up and I will be back. All right, so I took out those hair clips and put in some claws, and while I did that, I poked myself in the eye. That's what you don't see off camera. That's really funny. So on my lips, I have City Lips. I'm just going to put another coat of this. I use it in every video. I am an affiliate with City Lips. I do make a commission if you purchase this from me. I need to say that for the law. So this is City Lips. It's wonderful. I don't show you anything that I don't love. You can see you can tell when I love it because I have many tubes of it lying around that are almost empty. And if I didn't love it, it wouldn't be empty. So it's great. It plumps your lips without that tingling and burning feeling. It has vitamin E in it, it's super moisturizing, and it's sticky. And I like that because when I put on my lip on it, it's going to give my lip something to stick to, my lipstick something to stick to and hold it in place better. And it plumps your lips, and who doesn't like that? I mean, that's the main reason behind it. Okay, so now my skin, I let that dry. Now it feels sticky, but not slippery. If you feel slippery, maybe you're not dry enough, or maybe you have applied too much of something. So you want to just be tacky, okay? That's what you want. So your makeup has something to hold to, okay? All right, so let's move on. So this is going to be about lifting the eyes, lifting the cheeks, and I'm gonna teach you. All right, so I'm gonna be working with these today. And they are called Shadow Shields. Now I got a good gazillion of these. They're very cheap, I don't know, for under $5. They're wonderful. I'm gonna show you why we're gonna use them in a second. So I'm gonna get 2 of these out. And clear off my vanity. So they look like a little smiley face. And they have adhesive on the back, so you're gonna wanna take off the sticker. This is going to make your eyeshadow turn out perfect later. Now, if you're new, I do not upload a video from start to end on Facebook or Instagram because they're too long, and you can only put 16 minutes up at a time on the main feed. I can put up a full hour on the group, but it just takes too long to upload. So from now on, if you want to see it from beginning to end, you can go to my YouTube, and I will have this from beginning to end, just like we started, but all together without the pauses. Okay, so applying this. So the trick with this, and I'm going to be using my mirror here to the side, we want to place this underneath the lashes. This is very sticky. And you want to do this before you apply your makeup. Now, I want to pull up the end of my eyebrow, and then I am going to be aiming it towards my eyebrow. Okay, and then you're gonna just tap this on. If you have a hard time taking it off, next time, maybe put it on your hand and use it first and then put it on again. I'm probably gonna have a hard time. Let me try now. Oh yeah, see how, this is why you don't wanna put your makeup on before. They are very tacky. Okay, so I'm okay. I didn't wanna pull out any eyelashes. Okay, so let's get it right under there. The focus here is this line here. So this is gonna create a guide, an upward line for us to have when we put on our eyeshadow. So this is going to make it easy. It's a guide for us to know that we don't want our eyeshadow to go outside of this eyebrow, end of your eyebrow line. Now your eyebrow, end of your eyebrow, if you hold this is just a spoolie, at the end of your nose to the end of your brow, your end of your eyebrow should come right there. So I'm taking on the end of my nostril right here to the end of the corner of my eye, and see how my eyebrow is right there. If yours is not, you want to use some eyeshadow and just draw that in. Now the tip here is not to pull your eyebrow down, because that's going to pull the face down. You want to just pull it out towards the side, okay? So see how mine's out to the side rather than going down. So this is going to also help create this lift. And when you add all these tips and tricks together, you can really make your face look lifted and a lot younger. So I like to use eyeshadow. I use the shade Oak. I've already done this, and then I just fill them in. I concentrate. If you need to see more in the guides, I have two eyebrow tutorials there. Okay, so my eyebrows are done. Let's do the other side. I'll be back. Now, if you use this technique, you're going to want to do your eyeshadow first, because you're going to be missing all of this area when you do your makeup. It's strange for me to do my eyeshadow first. It's just strange to me, but it really is the best method. So we're going to do our eyeshadow first. I'm going to show you how. I'm going to teach you how to put on some strip lashes. They're half lashes today. And we're going to do a really pretty eyeshadow look. And then at the end, I'm going to show you the beautiful tangerine that is still available. I'm also working on this beauty. This is the new, we have new colors of compacts. And I don't know if you're like me, but I like to switch mine up for the season. So this is perfect for Halloween and Thanksgiving. It's just a beautiful fluorescent orange. So this is the triple decker that holds 27 full-size tints. Now I think this is the best choice because it holds everything that you could possibly need to get ready. I have many compacts, so I just have all of my cream-based ones in here, and then I keep my eyeshadows in another one, and that is for safety. If I drop this, I don't want my eyeshadows to break and then get into all of my creams, so I keep them separate. But if you wanted to, you could just keep your eyeshadows all on the bottom level, so that would protect everything in the middle level and on the top level. They all come with a beautiful mirror. Many sizes to choose from. So below this one, there's a 16, there's a 12, there's an 8, and there's a 4, and then we have larger ones for storage. So I'm going to be working out of this one. Well, it's 36. Now remember, when you place your order, you earn credit towards purchasing a compact. So I have customers who see all the time, purchase $100 or so, and then I don't see the compact. It'll say at the end, use your compact credit, and that's the only time you can use it. It doesn't save up. So for a couple dollars, you can, I think it's $3, you can get a compact that holds 4. And so you might as well do it, because and these are a lot more than $4. And you can keep your eyeshadows in them. You can keep your lip and cheek powder, whatever you're wearing for the day, and throw this in your purse. It's great. All right, so let's do some eyeshadow first. This is out of my comfort zone. So first I need to prime my eyes, and I find I love the smudge brush to do this. So I'm just going to be putting down my cream highlight today, and I freshened my compact up. I'm going to be using this girl right here, this bright girl, and this one is called Linen. So I'm going to go in with the smudge brush. Now all of Seint's brushes are dual-ended, so you're getting 2 brushes for the price of one. They're superior in quality. They're amazing. They are made for cream makeup. Their synthetic fibers are made for it. So I'm going to go right into here, and I'm going to pick up just a little bit. Now a little goes a long way. You see, I got too much. So I'm going to flip my brush over, and I'm just going to blend this in. Now one of these, if you put your makeup on every day with the highlights, will last you 4 months. They do. I do not lie. They last a very long time. I've even gone longer. It just depends on how, much you're applying, but with cream, you do not have to apply a lot. So it's just it's thicker than liquid. So you're just using a little bit. So I'm just tapping it in like this. And I don't have to worry about pulling it out because I have this eye shield here. And this is going to give me a perfect eyeshadow application that's pulling my eyes up, which is going to make me look younger. Now I'm bring this down into this dark area. Now, maybe you need to color correct first. That's fine, do that. And then put your shields on. I'm going to color correct at the end if I need to, but that's what I have going on so far. Now, since I used cream, I do need to set this. You would set it with liquid too. And I am going to use our vanilla dust. So this is a very nice setting powder. It is translucent, meaning transparent, so you can see through it. So it has no color in it. It's also magnetic, so it fits right perfectly into the compact. I like to use a fluffy end of an eyeshadow brush to do this. And I am just going to go in and tap this on to set it. Now you could have used primer that didn't have silicone on your eyelids. You don't need to though. This is all you need to do. Your eyeshadow is not gonna crease. It's not gonna go anywhere. Wherever you put this vanilla dust, your makeup will not move. So I don't like to use powder too much, but with eyeshadow on your eyelids, you have to, because they move so much. They move more than any place, you know, more than any spot on your face besides for your lips. So we have to put this on here. So they go like this and they make all kinds of motions. So I really take the time and set it. And then this also makes it for a very smooth eyeshadow application now. So my shadows are going to be more vibrant and they're going to blend easier. Now, if you're going back and forth and you're still getting a pool, you haven't added enough. There should be no drag on your brush. What the world is that noise? Okay, that's it. So now we will be moving on. I'm going to switch into this little eyeshadow palette, or this little palette that holds 4 large size tins, or you just double it and it would hold 8 eyeshadows. So we're going to be working with some really pretty shades today. Let me get myself centered here. Okay, eyeshadow brush. Let's grab one of those. Eyeshadow brushes, they're dual-ended, fluffy end on the one end, small end on the other. I like to work with 2 and my eyeshadow cleaning tile. Okay, so I like to work with 2. I like to use my lighter shades on one end, darker on the other, and always have these clean for blending, and then the eyeshadow brush to help. I'll show you how that works. Okay, so let's go. I always use Cupcake. If you follow me, you know, because it's right here. It is the perfect shade for your eyebrow bone. And light shades pull forward, dark shades push things back. So working with angles and light and dark, that's how we create depth and an illusion to lift our eyes. I'm looking pretty funny. I keep looking at myself and I'm like, I look like Batgirl. Who do I look like with these on? So I'm gonna go into Cupcake. I'm gonna knock this off. They're super pigmented, these shadows. They're super soft. And I'm just going back and forth. I'm getting this on my brow bone and I'm gonna do the rest of my eye. This makes a wonderful base. So now my eyeshadows are gonna be true to color. They're gonna be super vibrant and they're gonna blend easy. And I've highlighted this brow bone. I've brightened up the inner corner here. And it's just a simple, nothing to it. Back and forth. And I forget, we don't have to knock off too much because we have this shield here and then we can clean up later. So that's one of the nice things about doing your eyeshadow first. So this will be the first part of the video, and then tomorrow will be the application of the 3D makeup contour, our three shades, the 2 highlights and the contour. Then I'll do lips and cheek and illumination, and then it'll be done. I make graphics to go along with it so you can recreate this look very easily. You just buy what I'm showing and then follow along to get the look. All right, there we go. All right, so I'm still working with the eyeshadow brush. I'm gonna flip over this big fluffy end for the transition shade. Now I am going to be applying, let me show you this Lip and Shake. She's beautiful. And I would grab her while you can because she is just available until supplies last. But this is Tangerine. She's so pretty on the lips and cheeks, and she's just perfect for this time of year. For Halloween and Thanksgiving, I like to wear a lot of orange. I'm wearing orange today, and this is just beautiful. So this is the shade I'm going to be working with. So this is going to be a beautiful complementary eyeshadow look to go along with it. Alrighty, so we're gonna go in, we're gonna first go into this shade right here. It's a little bit yellow, golden, and it's called Valencia. It's very pretty. I'll swatch it on my finger. Very, very pretty. Makes the perfect transition shade. I don't need to knock, do I? All right, so I'm just going back and forth right here. I'm just taking it. I don't have to worry about my line. I can just bring it right out there onto that shadow shield. I'm gonna dip in, I'm gonna go again. Now I'm working with a mirror here. If you see me and you're wondering what I'm looking at, I can't see up close. I'm gonna be 53 in a couple weeks. And if you see something funny on my face, it's probably because I don't see it. Or if I didn't do my makeup perfect, it's because I'm working in a camera. Somebody like mean comments about that. I'm working in a camera with 53-year-old eyes. I can't see very well, so I think I'm doing pretty well considering. So I'm just brightening this up. It's going up here to Cupcake, but not the whole way, because we want that brightness up there. Okay, so you can see I like to dip in and really build up this color. Now I'm just gonna go in little circles, just to really get this professional look all the way out, because I have a guide. I don't have to worry about this, okay? So that's what it looks like. Let's do the other side. So it's right here. I'm leaving right here bright, all of this bright right there from the Cupcake. If you make a mistake, you can go back and apply Cupcake again to re-brighten that. But this is just a windshield wiper, back and forth. Go down in here, go up here, stay out of this area, but you want to bring some depth right there. And go again. Back and forth, and one more time to really make this vibrant. Now look how beautiful that is. And I love that I don't have to worry about pulling this outside this line. So when I pull this off, it's gonna be beautiful. Beautiful. All right, there we have Valencia, Cupcake Valencia. Next, we're gonna be using this Beauty Havana. So when I'm wearing a color on my lip, I like to incorporate a shadow that is in the same color family to help lift and pull this color up into my eyes, which creates an uplifting illusion. So eyeshadow cleaning tile, I'm gonna clean the end of my brush, get some of this shadow off of here. These are super duper great. They're magnetic, they fit right in your compact. All you have to do is wash them once in a while. I have not had one fall apart yet, and I've been using Seint for a while now. Okay, Havana, same end of the brush, going in, making little circles. It is super soft, super pigmented. Now this is just going to be just a step below. So I'm gonna go right here and back and forth, like this, very easy. Now, if you don't know me, I am a teacher. I taught school for 23 years. Part of it in the suburbs and part of it in the inner city. I'm a special education teacher. Last 6 years of my teaching career were horrible. and I ended up with a really bad injury. So now I teach makeup, and it's wonderful for me because I still get to teach and help. And that's why I became a teacher, is to help kids learn. But my passion's always been makeup and fish aquariums. I'm not doing those anymore. And if you can somehow do your passion with your skill, you create a pretty happy life. So I am loving doing this. Loving, loving, loving. It's very, I get to be my own boss, set my own hours, get to help women, and I get to do my passion, makeup, and I get to make money doing it from home. If that's something you're interested in, if you like to do makeup and you're not afraid to do videos like this, I mentor. So contact me if you'd like to do that. I'm not mentoring anyone right now, so it'd be a perfect time. All right, so I'm just taking this back and forth, and then I'm going in circles. Now, I've learned makeup from applying it to my face for, 30-some years, 40-some, and my major hobby is watching makeup artists apply their makeup. And from years of watching that, I'd watch makeup artists like Bobbi Brown and Charlotte Tilbury and Wayne Goss and many more. I learned how to, so I'm a self-taught makeup artist. All right, so that's looking pretty good. That shield has got a gap in it a little bit, so I'm gonna close and really blend right here. So you might need to reposition this a little bit. So if you have a lot of loose skin here, just pull your skin up and get that in there. Okay, that's much better. So you want it to be laying down and not have a gap here. And you'll know what I mean if you do this. So I will definitely have the link down below. So that is Savannah. Isn't that pretty? Look how pretty. I'm gonna do one more coat because I really want to see this color. Gorgeous. And I just went back and forth. Really, really, really pretty. And I'm gonna really make sure I have it out here. Now, what this is gonna help do is it's gonna create this sharp line. It's gonna look like an extended eyeliner. It's gonna give us an extended eye too. Make our eyes look longer, lifted. They're gonna be perfect. And after a few times of using these, it's like training wheels. Then you'll know where that line is. But if I was doing a special, going to a wedding or on a special, date or something, I would start like this because I would know my eyeshadow is gonna be perfect. All right, so now we are going to move into our dark shade here. I'll flip the brush over and I'm using this tiny little end. And this is called Revival. It's a pretty dark, 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 let me show you my finger, plum. So it's a nice option to use instead of browns and blacks and harsh shades, because this is gonna bring out the color in your eyes. It's gonna make them pop more. And it's just gonna be softer and give you a softer look. It's a great option, Revival. I love it, I use it a lot. And it's very complementary with these shades. So I'm going in and make a little circle here, pick up a little bit. I was gonna knock it off, but I don't have to. Okay, so I have the shield there, so I don't have to worry about that line. So that is my line. I'm just gonna put some shadow right here on the ankle. I'm just following it. I mean, how easy is this? You can't make a mistake. I'm gonna pull it down into my lash line and around. So it's giving me some depth in my eyelashes. Let's do another coat. Oh, I did it. I'll have to do that. Such a habit. Okay, now I'm just going to tap this in because I want this line to be dark, like it's an eyeliner. All right, now that I'm moved, I'm settled, I still am living out of boxes. I can't find my jewelry. I have my clothes in my closet though. I don't have my setup in the background going. I'm tired of using the black screen. I'm going to be ordering furniture soon, and then everything's going to shift and we're going to have a different view. I'm going to have more of a schedule now. It's fall and things have quieted down and I've moved and I'm settled and I am happy to get back. I want to do a real routine here. Okay, so here we go. So I just followed that up and then went down in here. I didn't go all the way in. I ended right here, about where your pupil is. All right, now I'm gonna go and make a crease. So I'm gonna just go in here. Now, where this line is, it's aiming towards my eyebrow. So, here. You're gonna wanna lift your eye up, because us ladies, our skin is pulling down. You're gonna lift this up so we don't get a crease here. Now we're just gonna follow the top of that line and we're going to just take this shadow and pull it in gently. I want to get a little color here. The majority of this darkness is going to be on the outside, so it's really creating this lift. It's pushing back here. This is a great technique if you have hooded eyes, or if your mature eye is more mature than mine and that skin is hanging here. So, you know, we get these wrinkles in here, so just lift up right here and tap in. The more mature eye, the brighter you want to make your eye. So you want to stay away from darker shades. Move to the plums. Stay away from the dark shades. Or go into the bright browns, like the pomegranates and the hollies. All right, look at that. It's going to be so pretty. Let's do this side. So I'm just going to follow this line right here at the top where my natural crease is. That's my line. And then I'm just pulling this down and just blending this into my eyelashes. So since I am a teacher, I teach makeup. I'm just not showing you a look. I'm teaching you how to get it. Step by step, nice and slow. Now you can recreate this same look with any shades that you choose. And I find that this is the best eye application for a mature eye to get the lift, what I'm showing you, because I do a mature makeup technique. There's more, but this one is the best. This is the one I would do. And this is the one I do. Okay, so it's right there and I'm just following down. And then I really want it to be dark right in here, in this crease right here. You can even go in a circle right there. All right, now I'm going to take this line right here, and then I'm going up into this hooded, this dent of mine, the crease, and I'm drawing it and pulling it and taking this color, okay, one motion, just like this, down to here, and wrinkle. Let's do it again. I want the majority of the color here, so start here, and then blend and pull. Now, if you were going out, you could make this darker. Okay, so pretty. I really want to make sure I'm really dark on this line, because this is like my eyeliner. It's going to look like a cat eye when I'm done. A really lifted look here. All right, can you see it? Okay, we'll stop there. It's going to be pretty when I take off these eyeshadow shields. Okay, now we are going to move on to our shimmer. I chose this dark gold, and I am pretty sure it's called Gold Digger. I'm going to double check. It's called Bright Eyes. I'm sorry, but you could use Gold Digger. A lot of you have it from the sale that happened on St. Patrick's Day. Okay, so we're going to be using our finger. So the shimmer is going to go right here in the center part of our lid, right in here. We're not going to take it up into this area. We're not going to pull it down into this area. Shimmer shows wrinkles. We have less right here. It's really going to make our eyes glimmer and shimmer and bring them to life. It's going to put some interest there. So I like to use my pinky, put it on there, and then when you apply, you're going to wiggle, wiggle. So it's going right dead smack in the center. See? Now you could use Blondie too. That would be a brighter gold. This one's right in the middle. Wait, no, I think it's darker. It's darker than Gold Digger. So again, this was Bright Eyes. Just like that. And then I left the inner corner out of this. I don't want that in my inner corner. Okay, so again, I'm going to go back and forth right in the center. I try not to get it on any of the darkness, but I can go back and fix that. So, and often I do, and I'm going to this time. So just dabbing that right in there. And so beautiful. Okay, so let's darken up that. Let's go back over that with Revival. So I have that darkness right in the eyeshadow, or in the eyelashes, eyeshadow. Never mixed up my words until I got into my 50s. It must be like just menopause brain. Do you do that? Just you say something, but you know it's wrong. You hear it come out, and then you're like, oh, no, I didn't mean to say that. It's like you can't, your words aren't coming out right. I hope it's not early dementia. Let's pray for that. Okay, so there we go. All right, now the last step, and this is when I like to use a clean brush with a clean end. I'm gonna go into Sabrina. It's the same shade as Cupcake, but this is shimmer. And I'm going to be applying it right under this brow bone, right here, and in the upper inner corner of these eyes. So let's go. I'm just gonna go around. And it's just right here. We don't want too much. It's just adding a flash of light. Remember, shimmer shows wrinkles. We don't have much wrinkles until much later in life right under here. So take this and keep it up high right under the brow bone. See it right there? And then on this side, to get up there. Okay, so right here, it's at the top of the arch. Now, if you need more help with eyebrows, go to the guides. I work out of the guides on here. The guides is right in the center of the page. And then it opens it up, this whole class up like a book. And then you'll see everything. Okay, now I'm going to put this in the inner corner. Don't use your finger. That's a pet peeve of mine. You don't want to get it in here. You don't want it under here. There's a sweet spot. When you go like that, there's no wrinkles. That is the perfect place to put a pop of this brightness to make us look more awake right here. I'm just going around in a circle. See, it's up high, it's right here. It's not down here, it's not in the inner corner. And then I'm blending this in to Bright Eyes. You can even tap it. Tapping sometimes works better. But I really want that bright down in there to open my eye. And I don't know, can you see? It's so beautiful. So we'll pull these off. We'll do under the eye after we've applied our makeup, and I will save eyelashes too till the end, because this is probably hitting 30 minutes. All right, there we have it. Let's peel these off and see what we have. Da, 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 the magic moment. Look at that. Now I'm gonna come up close so you can see how nice that looks. Now, if I would have put this on top of my makeup, I've learned it pulls up your makeup. These are on. You could use these again if you wanted. I don't, because there's so many in that package they're so inexpensive. Okay. So when I give you a link, it'll be through Amazon. I earn commission through that too. I need to say that for the law, but it's pennies. Maybe these cost $5. I might get 5 cents, maybe less, but it all adds up, you know, here and there. It's like little tips. So I appreciate if you shop through those links so I can earn those pennies, but it does add up. All right, so that looks really good. Okay, so this will be the end of this lesson. So you'll come back tomorrow for the rest of it. If you're watching this on YouTube, it just keeps going, okay? See you tomorrow. Okay, I'm gonna teach you how to apply your 3D cream foundation, your 2 highlights, and your contour today. I like to show you something different every time I teach. So I'm gonna be applying my makeup today with the powder brush. So this brush is going to give you the ultimate full coverage. So if you have a 3D brush, you're getting medium coverage. It's not about how much you're applying for the coverage. It's what brush you use to change up that coverage, which is so nice. So you don't have to have a liquid foundation for full coverage and one for medium and a CC cream and a BB cream. You just change up your brush. So I'm going to use the powder brush today, and I don't think I have done a tutorial with the powder brush before. So when you're working with a full coverage brush, you're going to use a light hand. So this whole week is about the maximum uplift. I'm also going to be showing you a new contour called Cedar. Many of you have asked me about what it looks like on the skin, so I'm going to be showing you that. And that is going to be this tutorial. Then you'll come back tomorrow. I'm going to do the lip and cheek and illuminator, and then finish up the eyes. So I like to work in segments for uploading reasons for Facebook and Instagram. If you want to watch the full tutorial, you'll watch, I piece this and edit it and put it on to YouTube. So then you can watch it from the beginning to the end. So that is going to be our new routine going into the fall, since I'm settled and everything. So brushes I'm going to be using: the powder brush. All of our brushes are dual-ended. I'm using this. I will be using the detail brush. This is the second brush I recommend you purchasing, because you don't want to be constantly putting your contour on one brush, muddying it up. You're gonna have to clean your brush all the time to get your makeup application the same shade. So as soon as you can get the detail brush, add that to your collection. It also has the N for illumination, so both of them. I'm also going to be working with the blush and this brush. This is the bronze blush brush. I'm going to be bronzing. It's a perfect brush for that. This is the third brush I recommend you getting. These 3, and you're pretty good to go. The rest are just extras to make your makeup look better. So then this is the smudge brush I use to contour my nose and my lips. All right, so these are the brushes I'll be using. Let's begin. So with 3D Cream makeup, we use 3 shades, and those 3 shades are going to enhance your natural beauty. It's like liquid makeup is 1 shade, so if you put it on your face, you're flattening out your face. You're losing this natural, see, I have that shadow, you're losing your shadows, which help carve your cheekbones out and lift your face. And with contour is a mature lady's best friend. We can take years off our face, we can take pounds off our face, we can create all kinds of illusions. I'm going to teach you. So this series is about the ultimate lift. So this segment right here is probably going to be, it could end up being 2 segments. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. So we are going to start with the first shade, which is called your main shade. I'm going to be working with this one. I am going to save color correction under my eyes to the end. I color correct under my eyes. My dark circles are looking a little better. So let's go. This is my main shade. I color match you to your first 3 shades for free. So you know, you can go and just purchase a collection, but you're not getting the perfect color match. So with me, it's a free color match. That way you don't have to send anything back. It's gonna be a perfect match. And I come with it. I mean, I'm your artist, I come with it. I guide you and help you all the way. So we're gonna start with our first shade, and this is going to go on the outskirts of our face. We are going to leave the center of our face open for a lighter shade. So I'm gonna go in with the powder brush. I'm gonna use, now you can use this end or this end. So I think I'm gonna use this end to apply my main shade. So Aura is my main shade. Yours might be called something else, most likely. And you're just going to grab a little bit on your brush. So you don't need much on your brush. I usually say we're dipping in. We're not swiping and grabbing a lot. This is meant to last 4 months. So it's just a little bit. And usually one of those dips goes, see, 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you can go more, you have too much on your brush. See, there's nothing left on this brush, okay? And now we're gonna do it again. So I'm just dipping in, and I am going 1, 2, 3, 4, and I am taking this up on an angle. Let's do this side. Make sure I have enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, people are weed eating outside. So there's my 4. I'm gonna dip in and I'm gonna put 1, 2 here, 1, 2 here. I'm gonna dip back in and I'll just put 1 here and 1 here. All right, very easy. So I've avoided the center part of my face. Now you may have seen ladies put this on with dots. Don't do that. I mean, it's fun to make a video. I've done it. It's just fun. This is the way. This is the best application. This is how you apply this makeup. It's fast. It's easy. If you apply little dots all over your face, it's gonna take forever. So this is it. All right. Now I'm just gonna simply blend this in. You can spray your brush with some setting spray if you want. You don't need to, but you can do that. And then you're gonna blend this in. So we're just pushing it in, easy peasy. And we're pushing it into the skin. We want it to be pushed in, all right? And you can see I'm working on this angle. So at my other house, my old home, every time I did a tutorial, somebody mowed the grass. And it seems to be happening here too. I don't know if this is worse though. Okay, so I'm blending this in and up. It must be a Monday thing. I usually do my tutorials on Monday. Okay, so I'm pushing it in, going in between there. Just blending it in. All right, and then the same thing up here. I'm going to be blending this into my forehead and up here just to get some coverage. Now I have some major, if you follow me, you know I have a patch of melasma hair that drives me crazy. This brush covered it. Is completely gone, and oops, it is a pretty bad patch, so full coverage is pretty nice there. That makes me happy to know, because a lot of times I will color correct, and then now I do have this spot. A boy threw a pencil across the room and hit me in the face and gave me a lead tattoo. It is a difficult thing to cover. It's gray, but it's doing a pretty nice job. I can never seem to really cover that little dark spot, but who's gonna notice that? I mean, really. Okay, and I'm looking in my mirror here. I am going just to blend this down my neck a little bit here. I have a patch of melasma that is always bad right here. That's covered up nicely. And I'm just tapping this in again, making sure it's really patted in. And I like to work with a 10 times magnification mirror so I can really tell that my makeup's blended in. And the longer you spend tapping this in, the better it's going to look. How did I get it here? And here, weird. Just had it on my fingernail. All right. So now it's time to flip the brush over and we are going to go into the brightening shade. Now, I have dark circles and I like to use color correction here. So I am going to teach you that along with it. So I'm going to be skipping this area right in here and then color correcting and maybe put a little bit of highlight there. We'll see. All right, and then this is also, since I did my eyeshadow first, a good time just to make sure that nothing has transferred down here. So I can use a tissue and really pick that up and make sure it's nice and clean before I begin working here. Alrighty, looks good. Let's go. So your next shade is your brightening shade. It's the brightest of the three. So I'm gonna flip the brush over to use this end. And I'm gonna swipe in here. It's just a little bit. Now, imagine having this upside down triangle going from the top of your brow to the top of your brow, right here and down here. So we are placing this brightening shade right there. You're not going to put this all around your mouth. You're not pulling it out into your main shade. No. So watch as I do this. Now, the dark shade is in the back, the bright is in the middle. The dark pushes back, the bright pulls forward. So this is going to enhance your natural beauty. Okay, so let's start right here. I'm just gonna draw a line right there. It doesn't have to be perfect. Then you're gonna go down the center of your nose, here, your upper lip, and then right here, the top of your chin. I'm gonna dip back in. And so here's the area that I'm brightening. See, it's this triangle. So I'm just going to pat this in. I'm avoiding under the eyes right now because I'm going to color correct. Now this brush does give you some full coverage. So I am doing this triangle right here. And now if you don't have dark circles, just go ahead and apply that under there. But you want to use the least amount possible because this is the area we have fine lines, textures, and wrinkles, and you want to put less makeup on that area. We don't want to add any sort of attraction to that area. All right, so that's pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to tap this in, really push it in. So if you have the 3D brush, if you started, I usually recommend that one because it's a good place to start. Great place to start. It's nice to have the wash brush for medium coverage, or light coverage, I'm sorry. I like the buff brush for full coverage, light or medium to full coverage, and then this powder brush gives you full coverage. You're not going to see a freckle through this. Yes, no. So you really are patting this in, pulling this down, pushing it in. So you may want to have this brush in your arsenal. Maybe you have a lot of discoloration on your face. And if I see that, I would have recommended you this brush. These did go on sale. It was amazing. That was the only time I've ever seen these brushes go on sale. It was a couple weeks ago. So this one went on sale. A couple of you grabbed it. Okay, so I'm pushing this in. All right, let's do the side of the nose with our main shade. Just go down the side. I will be contouring this here in a second. All right, so that is all there is to our first two shades. Now, when you're learning, you're most likely going to have applied too much. You're going to be heavy-handed. And I know I was, because we're so used to working with liquid. If that's the case, you need to go back in with a blending brush. Oh gosh, I can't find my words today. A sponge, a makeup sponge, Run it under the water, dry it out in an absorbent towel, and then what I do is I spray my blending sponge with Seint's setting spray. And now I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna push and set my makeup at the same time. And if I was heavy-handed, it's going to pick up. I usually just go over that area once, turn my sponge around and just push it in. And now it's going to give you some more glow. It's going to pick up excess. If you pick up too much, just go back and put it on. But this gives you the perfect finish. Do not skip this step, especially if you're new. I don't have to do this with a 3D brush. I have that brush pretty perfected, but okay, this is looking pretty flawless. Amazing. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to do color correction. And I'm not going to teach a lesson here. If you want to learn about color correction, go to the guides. I have a lot of color correction lessons. I am going to color correct under my eyes. I'm going to use my color correction brush. Here we go. Great brush, the smudge brush. It's got the perfect end for working under the eyes. I'm using 03 and 01. 03 in the darker areas of darkness, like right here. So I'm just tapping in. These little demis last a very long time, and I am just using the smallest amount of product. Now I prefer to do this, color correct, than to apply a lot of my highlight, because less is more under the eyes. More makeup under the eyes shows more wrinkles and texture. Look at that. Look at that. So let's go get this. Well, let's leave this one alone so you can see the difference. And then go into that dark, scary spot and just pull it down. All right. Now I clean the end of my brush with the cleaning tile, the eyeshadow cleaning tile. And then I'm going to go into this brighter 01. Now orange color corrects purple and blue. So that's the shades that are underneath my eyes. So I'm just tapping this in. I love that I already have my eyeshadow on. And I'm just pushing this in and color correcting here. Now I am just going to put a little bit on top of that 03 to bring 03 up to the same level as 01. That eye, that eye. Isn't that great? No makeup, just some colored wax. Now that is very youthful looking. Up close, you cannot see it. It's not going to enhance my fine lines, textures, and wrinkles at all. And then I don't have to put any highlight under here at all. I'm going to set it a little bit with a teeny weeny smallest amount of powder, so it doesn't crease. Okay, so this was 03, cleaning my brush. And so I'm just tapping it in. And then 01 out into the blue area. Follow along right here. We have a blue vein that runs here. This is the demi. Under the demi section, we have edits available, which helps save money. Contact me if you don't know which one to get if you have dark circles, but I love it. There's nothing better than this for dark circles. Now I'm going to bring 01 and put it on top of the 03 to brighten that up. I'm going to check my mirror over here, put my brush over and tap this in just to make sure it is all blended out. All right, now I have a tiny bit of sun damage underneath my eyes, and pink color corrects sun damage. So this is called R1, red one. I'm going to dip into this. and hit those spots where I have sun damage, and poof, they're gone. This is a common area to have sun damage because the sun would hit right there. So I'm just tapping that in. And I could go over anything else maybe that I picked up too much of. And that is looking good. All right, so what I'm gonna do is put a little bit of setting spray on the end of this sponge, like that, and just tap that in to set that. And we have our first 2 shades on with the color correction underneath the eyes. I'm gonna check my minutes here to see if I have time to contour. Be right back. So come back tomorrow for contour. So you're gonna wanna see it. I'm gonna teach you step by step how to contour and the lips, the nose, and how to get that maximum lift. You definitely wanna see it. So come back tomorrow for that. Again, if you wanna see this from beginning to end, just wait for it to pop up on YouTube, and I will let you know in the group when that's ready. Okay, see you tomorrow. Bye. Welcome back. Today I am going to be applying the beautiful shade Tangerine right here, which is part of the Fruit collection and only available for a short period of time until it runs out, and all the Fruit collection is running out. This is a great shade for this time of year, Halloween into Thanksgiving, and it's a gloss. It's more sheer, so it's not going to be a bright orange lip. It's perfect. If you like warm shades, I'm going to show you what she looks like, and she smells just like tangerines. So I've already have applied my first 2 highlights, my contour. This is the Uplift series, so I did an extra. I taught how to really uplift the eyeshadow. I'm not completely done with the eyes, but this is where to put the blush placement for the ultimate lift, and how to really pull up if you have downturned corners here on your lips, how to really get rid of those or create the illusion that they're not there to give the uplift to our lips. No one talks about that. We're gonna do that. So I bronzed, contoured, I have everything done. Now I'm ready to move on to Tangerine, and then after this I will illuminate and finish up the eyes. So I'm working with a blush and bronzing brush. You can use your finger if you don't know how much to apply. I'm just going to apply a little bit on the end. I always start with a small amount. Okay, so this is the ultimate lift for the cheeks. So we want the majority of the product to end up here. We can bring some into here. So I'm going to first place it right above the contour and marry it into that shade. Isn't that pretty? Now I'm going to pull this up. I'm going to start working it up and pulling it back into the hairline. Now this is really, see, lifting that cheekbone. I'm even going to pull it up higher into the hairline here, and then I am pulling it up here to my eyebrow, what's left on the brush. So it went from darker and faded. So when we blush, we just don't have blush on our cheeks naturally. We would have some color throughout our skin. Okay, let's get a little bit more. Now the blush, our lip and cheeks, they die down. They're cream, so your skin's gonna absorb them. So if they've died down, you just apply more. And it takes a little period of time for your skin to adjust to all this goodness, all this moisture. Oh, gorgeous. Let's pull it up and then around the eyebrow. So I'm just warming up the face up here. And I'm gonna do one more pass. I like a lot of color on my cheek. Now, I'm just going to smile and put a little bit at the upper ball of my cheek. I'm not gonna put any down here. I'm not bringing it down into here. I'm keeping it up high. but the majority of the color is right there, okay? Oh, it's so beautiful. If you don't have tangerine, grab her. I am telling you, she's beautiful and she smells delicious. It's great on the lips. So I'm just picking up, and look at this compact, ladies. This is a beautiful fluorescent orange, perfect for Halloween and Thanksgiving. And this is the triple decker. It is large enough to hold everything I need to get ready, and then some have all my lips and cheeks I use frequently on the bottom. Different highlights and illuminators. I have my color correction, my balm, my perfume, everything I need to get ready is right there. Okay, so this is this side, this side. See how it's lifted and looks youthful and glowy. If you're using a powder blush and you are mature, meaning over 35, you are making your skin look flat, and powder dries your skin out. That's what it's meant to do, absorbs moisture. So you definitely want to switch to a cream. Okay, so here's our spot. So I'm just going right into that contour, not down here, but right into it. So I'm marrying those shades and I'm aiming up. All right, not hard. Now I'm pulling it up the side, keeping it right here. You do not want product in that area. First of all, we have some areas of texture there, but we want to keep that bright. If darkness goes in there, it's going to make an indent. Look, it's going to look like an indent, and it's going to give you the skull face or a peanut face. You don't want that. So now I'm pulling this even up higher into my hairline. Okay, get a little bit more, and then I'm pulling it around to the arch of my eyebrow. Now this is going to give you the ultimate lift. Going back in, I'm reapplying some more right here. Now smile and keep it up high. Up high. Isn't that beautiful? Let's put a little bit down the neck. Just to pull all the shade together. Just a little bit. I don't want an orange neck. But it's not like that. It's very translucent, very beautiful, gorgeous. Again, and if it dies down, just apply more until your skin gets the right amount. And at first, your skin is not gonna be as hydrated because you haven't been using cream. So it's gonna really suck it up. It's gonna feel like it just disappears. But after you've worn it for a while, your skin gets used to it because it's becoming more hydrated. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, let's put on the lips. So I'm gonna use a multitasking brush, and I have City Lips on my lips. I love it, love it, love it. Plumps your lips, has vitamin E, all of those good things for your lips. Great for a mature lip, plumps out the lines and wrinkles. I am an affiliate for City Lips. I do make a commission, so if you do purchase it through me, I am making a small commission, and I'll put a link down there below if you want to purchase it. So I'm gonna use Tangerine and just line my lips. Now, we've contoured our bottom lip. I'm scooch in, get close and personal here. So we have the contour there. So we've already enlarged that bottom lip. If we overdraw too much, it starts to look funny on a mature lip, like you're trying too hard. If you line up here, it's going to accentuate this. It's like the Joker look right here. So we want our line to stay down here. We can overdraw a little bit into that contour. So let's do that first. So I have to get my mirror here because I can't see. Okay, I do the center first. There's the center. And then you don't go the whole way, right? Don't go the whole way. That way, you're not accentuating that mine aren't too bad. This one's starting to come down. Then if you're lining that, you're accentuating that, bringing attention to it. So I'm just going up. Now, I like to use my lipstick as a liner. If you draw too dark of a line around your lips, it attracts wrinkles. It attracts the eye to the wrinkles. We don't want that. All right, so there's the bottom lip. I'm re-dipping into tangerine. Let's do the Cupid bow. So I'm going to just cheat a little bit. And I like to have a Cupid's bow. A lot of look is now just drawing a line straight across. I don't like that on me. If you like that, do it. But I like to really show off my Cupid's bow. So I'm just filling that in. And then I'm going to follow the natural line down, but not all the way. All right, now I can just go fill in, and let's see how it's not that smack dab orange. It's just a pretty warmer lip. Okay, so I'm just gonna go right in the center. Ah, so pretty. And the City Lips holds it on. Now, if you want a darker, not transparent matte lip, get Jolene. Jolene is gorgeous. It's also a shade of season and will be gone, I'm thinking, October, November, December, probably soon. Now, our lipstick is not long wearing. It's not claiming to be long wearing. It's for a mature lip. So it's full of moisturizers and clean ingredients. Long wearing lipstick has similar ingredients as hairspray. We don't want that on our mouth. If you want a longer wearing, go to the satin, get Jolene. Now, I have found that wearing City Lips underneath this helps immensely. So I can put this on and probably not have to reapply for 3 hours. There we have it. I'm going to put a little bit more on because I'm loving it. Let's do a little swatch on the arm. So you can see how it's transparent. So your skin's going to come through. The color of your lip adds to that shade. So pretty. So again, that's tangerine. Now let's illuminate. All right, so I'm going to be using my favorite confetti as an illuminator. It's a beautiful golden illuminator. Now, our illuminators are not like a highlighter. Highlighters are powder and mica, have a lot of mica and have a lot of shine and have a lot of impact. Mature skin, we don't want that because that sort of product emphasizes fine lines, textures, and wrinkles. Where illuminator is different. It's very moisturizing. It's very subtle. So wherever I put this, I'm just gonna have a little bit of shine. Now, I already have a lot of glow going on my skin because of the process of putting my makeup on. So I'm only gonna put a little bit right here. The rest of my face doesn't need it. But if your skin is still looking a little flat, you can certainly put a little on your forehead. I don't like highlighting my nose, and I don't highlight my lip because I don't wanna look like I'm having a hot flash. So I'm just gonna dip in, and you can be generous, end of the detail brush, and I'm going to highlight here, boom, 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 to here, and then at the top of the arch of the brow and down, skipping this area because I have fine lines, textures, and wrinkles there. So it's just giving me a little pop of something extra. Now you can watch it here a little bit more. See, there we go. See? And I'm just putting it right here. You can smile and put a little bit right here. I like doing that. All right, and then right here. So see how it just catches the eye. It's creating this ultimate lift. I love it. A little bit right here. It's really pretty on the top of the collarbone too, if you have your collarbone out. See how pretty that is? Or on top of the shoulders. Look at that. Sexy. Let's see if I can do this one. Not that I need to. I'm not going anywhere, but just an idea. Okay? So I'm illuminated. Okay, now, let's talk about setting. So I've already set my makeup with the sponge and the setting spray. I'm going to go back now. I'm going to look, and I'm going to look for creasing. Now, I'm not a fan of powder, but sometimes it's necessary where you're creasing. So we often crease right here. So tap that in if you are. If you're creasing under the eyes, tap it in. It's not a big deal. It's normal. Now we are going to, now notice the type of brush I'm using. Big, fat, fluffy end, but small. I'm going to pick up some vanilla dust, and I'm just going to tap it lightly under the eye. This is going to prevent creasing. I have a lot of moisture under here, so it's not going to be too drying because of the way I prepped my skin. But remember, powder was meant for oily skin. It's meant for oily skin. And as we mature, we don't have that much oil left and we go dry. So you want to be very careful. So I'm just going to place there, and then around here where it creases there. And now if you don't want a very shiny nose, you can put it there. There's no wrinkles on your nose. So I'm going to tone mine down a little bit. And then I'm going to seal in this contour I worked so hard on. Remember, wherever you put vanilla dust, your makeup is not going to budge. And then I'm okay with that beautiful glow on my forehead. I think it's really pretty. And that illuminated on my cheek, it's lifting. And that's gonna be it. Just see how I powdered though. We're not baking at our age. No, no, no. In the winter, I don't even do this. In the summer, I find that with the humidity, I need a little extra absorption right through here. All right. Okay. So that is for the lip and cheek. And now I am going to teach how to do lashes. So come back tomorrow. We are going to finish up this really pretty eye look. I'm going to teach you how to apply half lashes that are strip and how to create a lift underneath the eye. So I'll see you then. If you're watching on YouTube, stay tuned. It's coming. Hello, welcome back. Today is the last day of the series of the Ultimate Uplift. So I'm going to be finishing up this eye look. I already have the top part of my eyeshadow done. I'm going to finish up the bottom, and then I'm going to teach you how to put on half strip lashes that go on top of the lashes, and they're very simple and easy to apply. So that's what we're going to do. All right, so I scooted forward. I film these in segments. I do a full look, but I can't upload all of that content all at once. So if you're watching this on Facebook, TikTok, or Instagram, this is the last part of this series. If you want to see the beginning, go back and you'll catch them. And if you want to see the whole thing from beginning to end, it will be found on YouTube. So that's just at The Beauty Professor Miss G on YouTube. And then I do the full, you can see the full whole hour or longer tutorial there. Okay, so I've already applied my makeup to give the ultimate lift for a mature face. We're gonna do the same for under the eye. Now, under the eye, if we put dark shades under the eye, it's going to close in the eye. It's going to make us look harsh and older. So I like to use colorful shades underneath the eye that are going to make my eye color pop. So you really need to know what shades make your eye colors pop. That's the secret. I have green eyes, so the golds, the purples, the oranges, the yellows really make my eyes pop, and I wear them a lot because of that reason. So I am going to begin with this beautiful shade, Valencia. I like to use a small end of a brush, just the multitasking brush, the small tip. And I'm going to line the bottom of my eyes from the inside corner all the way out. So this is going to put, and I'm going right into that corner. Let me turn my mirror so you can get the whole thing. So I'm going right into the corner, and then I'm pulling this color all the way out. I really want to be able to see it because it is such a pretty shade, and it really makes green eyes pop. Would also look great on other eye colors, but Valencia is beautiful on green eyes. It would look great on blue eyes too. So there we go. And then I'm just going to just pull it up. We're working on that line. See that line? It's pulling up. Just like the contour, pulled up. Just like that lip I just did. It's pulling up the contour under the chin. We're pulling and lifting the eye. So let's do the other one. So we're going from the inside corner here all the way with this big, bright, beautiful shade. It's going to add interest under the eye. Don't be afraid to add color here. It can make you look younger and really make your eyes pop. Okay, so that is Valencia. Okay, so I'm going to clean off the end of my brush. Again, this is a multitasking brush. It's a great brush. I use it for my lips. I use it for my eyes. It's a great little brush. Going into Havana. So I'm not going to go the whole way. I'm going to stay on the outside to the pupil. So I'm going on that angle right here. It's connecting up here. And you can tap this in, or it's just pressing it in. But I am ending it right at the pupil. See that lift? It's starting to pull up even more. So the pupil, and then I'm pulling it up. Tapping it in. So pretty. I'll do a little bit more because I like this color. It looks really pretty with tangerine. Alrighty. I'm gonna clean off my brush, and then we are going to go darken it up a little bit on the very outside corner with Revival, the same shade I have right out here in the corner. It's gonna pull up. So I'm going into Revival, picking up a little bit. And then it's going tight on the eyelash line, outside corner. And it's just a little bit of color. We don't wanna use black and brown. I mean, brown, light brown's okay. But you wanna keep it light out here and under here as we age. But it's okay to enhance this line. Just be mindful that you don't want it to be too dark. All right. So there, that's it. That's all I'm doing. Now, maybe if it was nighttime, I might make it a little darker out in here. I certainly could, right in here. Okay, so outside corner and not all the way to the pupil. But you want to take it up into you want to connect this line, not this line, but you want to connect up all the way around the eye. Okay, and I think I'm going to go back, and I'm liking Havana so much. I'm going to put a little extra outside of Revival here. Yes, that really enhanced it. See that? Alrighty. Next, it's time for curling our eyelashes. We're gonna apply some mascara, and then I'm gonna teach you how to apply some Xanuflies. I am digging them. Okay, so I'm gonna pull you up close. I'm just going to curl my lashes. I've had these for years. These are Charlotte Tilbury's eyelash curlers. And I'm really giving them a good squeeze. It's easier to apply strip lashes on a curled lash. Under the eyelashes, I don't curl. Just a little tip. Okay, so I'm really giving these a good curl. All right, now we're gonna apply some mascara. Use whatever you like. I like using a little wand. This one's called Annabelle, and you can get this on Amazon. I think it's back in stock. But you really just want to concentrate this on the inner lashes. Give it a coat on the outside too. But our inner lashes are what is going to be showing, because we're putting on strip lashes that are just going on the outside lash that really help to lift your eyes. Okay. There we go. I love working with the tiny wand when you have sparse lashes. That way you can get every one of them. It's easy to separate. And then you can just keep building it for how dark you want it. I'm gonna do another coat on these inside ones. And then I'm gonna do a coat on my bottom lashes. And this wand is perfect for bottom lashes. This was $6 on Amazon. If I put a link down there and you shop through it, just so you know, I earn a 7% commission. So if you shop through this link, earn 7% on $6, that's 42 cents. It's like giving me a tip. And if you see something and you want to try it, I would really appreciate if you shop through my links, because even if it's just pennies like that, it adds up. And that's how I make my living. Okay, so I coated my bottom lashes and my top. I'm gonna let them dry for a second, and then we're gonna put on these half lashes. Okay, so these are Xanufli half lashes. So you could I'll put the link down there to the ones I'm using. I love these. They are super wispy. They're longer on the ends, and since it's a half lash, it's really going to help lift the outside corner of the eye. Instead of wearing a full lash where you're gonna get all those high lashes out here, it's not gonna do any lifting. But if you concentrate on longer lashes at the end and the correct placement, it's really gonna lift the eye. All right, so I'm going to just simply pull one of these out. I like to use like a tweezer and just go in here and lift it like that, and then pull it out. Okay, so you wanna make sure you are using the right lash for the right eye. This is Kiss's Envy Lash Applicator. I will link that. It is not very expensive, but I like it. And then this is Duo Lash Adhesive. I like this. It doesn't irritate my eyes. I prefer clear that has that tint of purple, because I know once that purple's gone, that it's time to apply. And I don't like black glue because I think it's too harsh on a mature eye. So I'm gonna put my glasses on because I need to see what I'm doing here. I am going to use my lash applicator here and get a firm grip like this. Can you see? So the lashes, okay, so these are a fresh set, so I need to trim the ends. I'm gonna teach you. On a fresh set, you're often going to get a little bit of hangover of, I'm gonna try to show this in your camera, of clear. You don't want to use that. You want to just nip that off the corners. You don't want that on your lashes at all. So just snip it off. It's not hard to do. And then your lashes are ready to go, but you don't want that there at all. Okay, I still have a little bit there. I would do anything if they had laser eye surgery for nearsightedness. Boy, I'd jump on that fast. Okay, so mine is all trimmed up. We're going back into this lash applicator. So I'm going to get a nice grip on them. So they are going to be, I wanted to match my eyelash. So I kind of like to practice before the placement. Okay, so they're going to be going like that. So when I put them on, they're going to be sticky. And all I have to do is place it and then look up and ungrip, and they'll be right in place. The trick here is the glue. The rest of it's easy. All right, so the glue. You don't want to apply too much, just enough to the part of the band that's going to be hitting the lash. So that's underneath them. There's no need to be putting glue on top because that would be pointless. So underneath them is where I'm going to be applying glue. So, and I'm not applying a lot, just a lot, just a coating. Now you might want to just put a little bit more on the outside corners. Okay, now the trick here is to see how this is purple? Let that purple start to turn clear. We're not putting these on our eyes until it is clear. Okay, so it might take, just relax. Don't be in a rush. It might take 20 seconds. It might take a minute. But you don't want to put them on wet because they're not going to stick and you're going to have a hard time. But if they're tacky and ready to go, so you can get on the first time. So mine are still, see that purple? Still not ready. And that's normal. So this is the major thing with lashes is you really want that tackiness. So don't be in a rush. Don't get anxiety. I used to get all nervous about it until I learned that you just really have to sit here and be, patient with the tackiness. So let's see. See how it's starting to disappear? Now I put more on the ends so I can still see the purple there. So I should wait a little bit longer. And then they're gonna be ready to go here. All right, so I don't know how many seconds that was. But they're ready. So I'm just going to line this up to the outside. You might wanna put your fingers here. And then outside corner, put them down, let go, and ta-da! That is it. Is that so easy or what? So I like to take the end of a tweezer, just go like that, push them up. Let it sit for a bit, do the other side, then I'll come back and just clamp the ends. But that's the secret, ladies, letting that glue dry. Let's do the other side. So I trimmed that extra plastic or whatever it is, that rubber ends off. So they're gonna be good for the next time. I can wear these 4 or 5 times and then I just throw them away. Lash extensions I soak in rubbing alcohol. I don't do that with strip lashes. They lose their curl, they just aren't the same. Okay, so let's show the glue application again. So on the underside of the lash, I'm putting it a little extra on the tip, but there's no need to put glue anywhere but on the part that's going to be going onto your eyelash. Now, we're going to sit here and wait. Now, this did not go on my skin. it just lays right on top of the eyelashes. For years, I thought that you put it on your skin. I did. I thought that for a long time when I was a young girl, but nope. So you can go in and then just take some tweezers while we're waiting for this other one to dry and just clamp it down on the ends. You want to wait till they're set though. And there, these little girls are not going anywhere. Isn't that pretty? And see how having a half set lifted the eye there? You don't want your lashes coming down and drooping your eye. So let's look. While I'm talking, see, it's still purple. It's not ready. We're just gonna let it go and wait. And I'm gonna turn off the camera. So I really don't know what to say. I could sing my ABCs for you. Hope everybody's doing well. So again, I will link this in down below. The applicator, the duo glue, and those lashes. And I'd appreciate if you shop through my link. I make 7% commission through Amazon now. Okay, let's look now. So it still has some drying to do. I'm gonna turn off the camera. I'll be right back. Okay, so I think we're there. So you can see it's just on the ends. This is a little bit wet. So we're good to go. Now, you're probably gonna be better on one side. I'm better on this side than this side, but it's the same thing. So we want to use our fingers here and lift this. And then it's going to sit on the lashes. And once you have it in place, then look up and release. It happens so fast. So I'm pushing down, got them in place, they'll release, look up. See how easy? You can do this. It's a piece of cake. So then I let it sit for a little bit, let that glue dry, and then I'm gonna make sure that the ends are clamped down. So I wait a little bit, but I'm loving these Xanuflies. They are wispy. See how they elongated the eye? Sexy, fluttery. They're just really pretty. And you don't know, you can't tell. So you can go back if that line, if you can see, like let me look in the normal mirror. Yep, normal mirror, I can't see a strip there at all because I applied it on the lash. Now when I take these off, I mean, you could wear them a couple of days if you want. I can't because I sleep on crazy positions and they'll come off. But just be careful taking them off. You know, you can soften them up with a little bit of oil, but I just slowly peel them off. Okay, so this side is ready. Put my mirror in here. You're not gonna be able to see this. And I'll turn it over. And I'm just gonna clamp the edges here just to hold them down, make sure it's in place. And nothing to it. Now, if you wait for that perfect amount of dryness, nothing should be sticking to your applicator. If you have things sticking, you have too much glue and you didn't wait long enough for it to dry, all right? All right. And there we have it. So pretty, so easy, and inexpensive. All right, I'm gonna take out my hair clips. Let's look at this look. I'll turn up the mirror here. So this was the end of the ultimate facelift. Now I'm gonna be 53 in a couple weeks. Check out this lift. Let's go towards the light a little bit more. Pretty amazing, huh? If you would like a color match, contact me. Follow me if you're not following me. I teach tricks and tips like this all the time. I'm constantly learning more, and I pass that on to you. Let's touch up this pretty lip a little bit. I'm wearing tangerine. Such a gorgeous shade for this time of year, and I'm working on this compact. Beautiful. You can get this all on the website. They're still available. And this is tangerine. Beautiful. for the fall. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for joining me. Watch for, I'm going to try to do a live this week, pop on some reels, some wig reviews. I'm going to be doing some new wigs, and I will see you later. Thanks for joining me. Bye.